Good evening, everyone. I'm Carmine Gemei. We've got so many 1A and 2A boys and girls state basketball highlights, it's going to feel like SportsCenter. But first, we've got to start off with regionals. For now, here's Phillip Benotti with a report from 3A regionals in Wheatland.
Thank you, Carmine, and some great action midway through the day, including a couple games from the Buffalo girls and Buffalo boys team. Let's get to the highlights. Starting with the boys, Aaron Teal and the Bison taking on Burns. Buffalo is in the offense. Luke Glassick swinging it to Dawson Hatch, who's going to find a cross-court cutting Hunter Peterson. It's the alley-oop lay-in, pretty play there. And then Bison with the steal, Glassick up ahead, and Aaron Teal gets the contact and one for the opportunity there, which he would convert. Bison pressing all game, but a man goes free for the Bronx. Good passing finds Jack Ikes for the lay-in. But the Bison too much. This stretched out to a 36-5 lead at the half, including this three by Mason Moon. Buffalo moving on to take on Torrington. From a future Torrington Buffalo matchup to a current one in the quarterfinals, Lady Bison in the 2 seed. And passing, looking great with the inside dish to Ellie Olsen. She gets the good 2-point bucket there. But Torrington has the offense too, as Reese Halley, the freshman, with the poise to get the mid-range jumper to go. And then Brielle Bivens sets up on the outside. She calls the bank to see it's open. They say yes, and there's a withdrawal for all three of those. But the Lady Bison looking sharp down the stretch. A tough basket by Sydney Dobbin. And one, Buffalo moving on to the semifinals. So you saw those teams in actions, but still some great action in the nightcap as well. We'll have those highlights coming up at 10. But for now, we'll toss it back to the studio in Carmine Gemei.
Thanks, Phil, and we're counting down from 3A regionals to 2A states. The 2A boys playing at Casper College today, and the fans were pumped up at the Swede. Glen Rock busted 120 kids to cheer on their herders. New football head coach Ryan Collier was even leading some cheers. But that did not scare the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. The herders came out cold, Grizzlies came out bold. Nice inside-out game, and sophomore Zach Simmons knocks down the three. And every good shooter knows you got to use the pump fake to your advantage. Nice move by Zach, and he gets in there for the floater. But the herders still in the hunt. Great high-low from Cale Coleman to Jaron Fritz, captain to captain there. But the Grizz with too many athletes, too many scores. Taylor Winland out to Ethan Price. Ethan knocks down the three. Glen Rock and Rocky Mountain played even in the second half, but the herders were too far behind. 4 Grizzlies scored 14 points or more, and they'd play the winner of this one. The Kemmerer cheerleaders keeping the energy up, trying to upset #1 Pine Bluffs. But that is tough when they've got athletes like this young man, 6'4" Tucker Norman. Great second jump, and he gets the putback. Then the Hornets in transition. When you look good and you feel good, you're probably playing good. That's Michael Shane from 3. Great hair, and he finished with 5 threes and 24 points. And the herders defended their hive. Great defense and ball movement. Michael with the lob to Tucker, and he lays it in. Tucker Norman had 12 points, 8 boards. #1 Pine Bluffs wins by 45 over Kemmerer. They'll play Rocky Mountain in a 1-versus-2 matchup tomorrow night at the Casper Event Center. And how about this crowd? One young lady saying she loves Tongue River basketball like Kanye loves Kanye. Kanye West loves himself, and as many of you know, he also loves Wyoming. But it was Bighorn making music with their game. Will Pellissier gets the putback. But Eagles are tough, too. Cade Reich with the slick feed to Nick Summers for the lay-in. And the Tongue River student section losing their mind. But Bighorn reminding us why they won the football state title this year. Great hustle. And then Cade Isley, who returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown in the football state championship, shows off his speed again. Bighorn wins big over Tongue River. They play the winner of Wyoming Indian and Wright tomorrow. That game finishing up at Casper College. And from the 2A boys at Casper College to the 1A girls at the Casper Event Center. We start with a 2-versus-3 matchup, Lingle Fort Laramie against Farson Eden. And the Pronghorns were flexing their muscles in this matchup, but Lingle started off hot. Check out junior Ashley Riley from way out. Nothing but the bottom. But then Farson used the mid-range game. Some say it's a lost art, but they are not members of the Pronghorns. Igley Thorne with the floater. She is just a sophomore. She must have learned that from her senior teammate, Caitlin Keeler. Caitlin from mid-range. Farson plays a solid all-around game to advance over Lingle Fort Laramie. The Pronghorns win by 14 points. And tomorrow they'll play the winner of this one. Number 1 Cokeville versus number 4 KC. Cokeville's only a few years removed from winning 3 state titles in 6 years. That's because their program instills hustle like this. Emmy Barnes with the putback. And you gotta love the patience of this Cokeville team. No shot clock in Wyoming, so might as well get the best look. That's what Emmy does here. Smooth mid-range jumper. Cokeville wins by 23. They're now 24-2 this season, trying to beat Farson Eden for the 3rd time in 3 meetings this year tomorrow to go to the state title game. And now to the Cokeville boys. Their fans were pumped up to play defending state champs KC. And just as juiced as the fans were for this game, Andrew Thomas was the same, that senior with the layup, and he lets out a Cokeville Panther roar. Legendary Cokeville coach Todd Dayton loves that. And remember, Dion Ely hit the buzzer-beating layup to win it all for the Buckaroos last year. This year, he hits the nice turnaround off the glass, but it's not enough. The Panthers of Cokeville advance. They are a very athletic 1A team, and we'll see if they play Farson Eden, which is the number 1 seed, tomorrow for a chance to go to the state title game. And also, guys, you can check out everything else on Wire Preps that we couldn't get to. A couple big things in Casper you might want to go to. The Lady T-Birds at 6 tomorrow, and the Wyoming women's tennis team is coming to town at 5:30 at the East Side WAC on 2nd Street.
Holy moly, we
Hopefully you
have
get
a
some
lot
sleep
going
tonight.
on.
It's been a long day for
I
you.
need to rejuvenate.
All right, Carmine, thank you so much. We'll be right back after the break.